Hi, I am Nikki Hinkle, and I am so excited that you've decided to take your business to the next level by looking at your numbers and kind of getting into the nitty gritty of things. I know that this is not fun for most people to do, but I promise it will be worth your time and effort to learn how to do this. And so I wanted to show you a little bit today about my forecasting spreadsheet, how it works, and how it can be a tool for you. Now, one thing to keep in mind, there is no perfect forecast. Your number is not going to be exact. Every person's business is different. Some people have a ton of discretionary orders, some have much higher declines, some have tons of new people coming every month, and some it's just totally different. And some of you, like, every month looks a little bit different. So that makes it very challenging to have a perfect forecast for where your points will end and where your team's points will end at the end of the month. But what I want to do is give you a tool that will help you figure this out as close as you can. So I wanted to show you my tool real quick so that you can see what this is you'll be purchasing and what it can do for your business. So let's share my screen real fast. So here we are. This is a forecast that I've already entered all the information into. The way you're going to do this is super easy. So you're going to have your back office open. You're going to download your November. The way you download this is in your points and rank up report. You're going to go to November here, and you're going to click load data. I'm not going to load the data because it's going to show you confidential information if I do. And then right here where it says this bottom one, not the top one where there's select month, but the bottom one where it says no data to export, it will have export once the data has been loaded, and you'll click export there. Then you're just going to change this to the previous month, and you're going to do the same thing. Then what you're going to do is you're going to copy the current month into the tab that says current month, and previous month into the tab that says previous month. You're going to just paste them into A1 right here at the very top, and that's all you're going to do. Once you do that, it's going to automatically fill this with numbers. So here's where we get to kind of go in and analyze your data and see what it looks like. I wanted to show you an example of a team who is shooting for Emerald. They're getting really close, but they're just stuck at that 11 to 1200 point range. And so here's what we're looking at first. So this person's current points, as you can see right here, are at 643. Their fully compressed points are 603. If you're not sure what compression means, get with your upline, talk through that with them. It's a really important part of your business that you need to have a full understanding of. This 506 is how many points she has coming from subscriptions left for the month. It's the middle of the month right now when I'm recording this, so she's gotten half her points already. She's got half of them yet to come. Her average compression bonus is 23 points. This means last month she did not fully compress all the way to the bottom. She had 23 points extra. So some teams, my team has like 600 points. I get like a 600 point compression bonus because I have a very old team. I've been in the business for 10 years, and I have a lot of people who just don't order that have teams under them. And then your decline rate here, she has 29 points that will probably decline. I am basing this decline rate off of last month and the ones I have already ran this month to come up with this decline rate right here. So that gives her an end point at 1,103 just off of subscriptions. Now we know at the end of the month, you're getting points from other places. You're getting points from discretionary orders, and you're getting points from new VIPs. And so up here at the very top is our new VIP section. And this section right here is all outside leg. So you have everything for your whole team. And then if you're one that is really has to watch your outside leg, I have a whole section of just outside leg. If this team, her outside leg is pretty similar to her primary leg, she doesn't really need to pay attention to this outside leg section. So this is only for those who need it. So over here, she can see last month she had 20 people join her team. Now, if you have a big team that's deep, your number here is going to look different than what your dashboard shows in your back office. The reason why is because this number here is looking at your new VIPs and your levels 1 through 7. Your dashboard is looking at your 1 through 12. I don't really feel like it matters what's in our 8 through 12 right now for our business. And sometimes that number can give you a skewed perspective of what's really happening in your business. This is why I wanted to see 1 through 7. Also, something that we don't see in our back office that's super important is how many points did you actually get from your new VIPs? You may show that you added 500 new VIPs, but you may have only gotten 150 points off that because most of them were levels 7 through 12. So that's why that number is not always a great, thing to look at to see how your business is doing. It's much better to look at how many points did I add from my new ads. So last month, this team added 93 points from their new ads. This month, they've added 57 points. We're at the halfway mark and they're already over halfway where they ended last month. Usually the big bulk of our points come in the last few days. So she should have much better growth this month than she did last month. I would predict her points to be better this month than last month, or her growth. So what we've done here, when I've come up with these estimates, I wanted to go over that first. I have estimated points coming from discretionary orders and estimated points coming from new VIPs. The way I got this, and follow me here because this part's a little bit complicated. It's really hard for anyone to figure out who placed an order that was a discretionary order last month. The reason why that's hard is because I can look at your team and see that you have 500 points placed that don't have a subscription attached to them, but they could have ran on a subscription and went and turned their subscription off. So keep that in mind. So I keep that at 50%. So I'm taking this person, she's already gotten some from discretionary points. I have it hidden. It's in there, but I have it hidden. If you want to unhide the rows, you can see it. But let's say she's already gotten 20 points from discretionary. Last month she had 120. So if she were going to get half of those, she were going to get 60. So let's say she already has 10. So that would put her at 50. So this number right here, you can change. I wanted to kind of run that through you so you know that you can go in and change this. Let's say this looks really low for you. You have a lot of people that order discretionary orders and that do not have subs on. Like this, that's a big part of your team. And so let's say your forecast numbers are always running low. I would change this to 60%. I don't think personally I would ever go over 70 because knowing a lot of those are people who turned off their subs and not true discretionary orders. So keep that in mind. So also, I have estimated points coming from new VIPs. So this is just basically what I have it set at 80%. So let's say if she were going to get 80% of last month, so she got 93 points last month, if she were going to get 80% of that, based on how many she's already added this month, she has 17 more points to go. Oh, but like I just said, I for sure think she's going to surpass what she did last month on her new ads. So I'm going to change this to 120% because that's what I expect her to look at based on what she's done so far. So that would bring her estimate up to 1,224. So that's about how you do this. These two numbers right here are the main two numbers that you are going to change, the 60 and 120. 50 and 80 is what I keep it at on an average month when things are just going the same. When I'm not noticing any huge change in my business, I'm going to keep it at that. If I notice my growth is way down and I had a really big month last month, I'm going to lower this. I'm going to lower this a lot here so that I know it doesn't skew my estimate. Does that make sense? Decline rate, this is actually calculated. This is calculated off last month. You can still change that if you think, I still don't believe my decline rate's that low. If you think it's more like 10%, you can go in and manually change that, but know that's actually calculated off of the orders that have already been placed. So, and as you can see right here, this is what it's calculated from. I see that last month she had 352 orders placed, 20 of those declined. And this month so far, she's had 174 and 12 declined. And so those are the numbers I'm using to pull that decline rate. So this is how we do the forecast. So now I want to show you a few other features we have in here. I also have sub points by day. So I can click in here and see how many points are supposed to run every day of the month. So tomorrow she's got 19 points to run, then 27 the next day. Of course, you always have your big day on the 28th where she has 172 coming. This gives you an idea of how much you're going to go up the next day. Then I have a daily point goal. If her goal this month was 1,500, she can see right now tomorrow she's going to need to be up to 652. And then the next day, she's going to need to be up to 709. So that way she knows every day how much more she needs to go over her subscription points. Now, this tool is only effective for teams that do not have big compression. I can look back here on her and see her current points are 643. Her compressed points are 603. Not a big jump, not a big difference there in compression. So that's good. If her current points showed 1200 and her compressed points were 600, this tool would not be effective because it would think that she's further ahead than she is. And when that person ordered, she would plummet. So keep that in mind when you're using this tool. And then the last tool I have in here is the Map the Money. So this is something for you to use. Then you're going to actually come up with these numbers yourself. Then will help maybe sit down at the beginning of the month and help your team reach their goals. One cool thing that she can see right here is while she's sitting at 1200, her potential team points are 7,008. That's if every single person placed an order. She's been in the business for a long time, so I know she's got a lot of people in there that probably need to be cleared out, but sometimes it's good to see that potential. Like there's that many people on her team that have ordered Plexus before, and that might be open to using it again. That's a lot of potentials. So I'd like to spin that in a positive way to people instead of being discouraged, because it's exciting to know you have that much potential on your team. So here it's pulling in. This 1103 estimate is coming again from the projections. This is your subscription only estimate. It's not including those points from discretionary orders or those new VIPs. So we want to kind of create where those are coming from ourselves. So this is when we're putting basically a face to a name here and saying, here's where we're getting those new VIPs and here's where we're getting those discretionary orders. So let's say her goal this month was to add 9 to get the whole bonus here. So I'm going to put in 9 right there. It's going to automatically calculate the points, and it'll also automatically calculate this level 1 BBB right here. But monthly incentive bonuses are different every month. So here I'm going to type in 800 because that's what our current promo is that we have right now. That's going to change by the time you're watching this video. That might not be your promo, but that's something you're going to manually add in. Let's say she knows that she's got 4 level 1s who want to add 6. So she's got a lot of people there wanting to join. So that would give her 24 level 2s. Let's say her goal is to hit Emerald this month. She's got some big goals this month. And then she's got several level 2s that are also wanting to run. Let's say she's going to add 20 level 3s. And this is where when you're sitting down on that Zoom call with your teammate, you're having them actually write down the names of these people. Like Susie's going to add 3 this month. She's going for 3. And here is her list of prospects already. So make sure you're actually like giving them a tangible plan when they're doing this. And let's say, she didn't have a very deep team. She starts there. And then we go down to the win backs. And this is when you're like, who have you talked to already? Who are you going to encourage to order this month? And let's say she's going to get 5 level 1s. I'm just typing in random numbers. But again, when you're on a Zoom call, this is something I use when I'm on a Zoom call with somebody so that they can actually know exactly what their goal is, who they're helping, and how they're going to get to that magic number of 1,500. So that would put her at 1,517 with those win backs and those new growth that she's going to be adding. It also over here will calculate those level 2 BBBs, those level 1 BBBs, the bonus, and the pay point. I have it at 2.6, which is way lower than what it's been lately, but it could go back to that. We don't know. So I just wanted to make it, on the safe side. You're free to go in and adjust that if you want to. It's right up here in the formula bar. If you're afraid and you don't know how to adjust that, don't worry about it. And this is going to give her total. If she does that, she will have over $5,000 that month. So that is how you use the Map the Money section. Hopefully this is an easy tool for you to use. Literally the main thing you need to do is copy and paste those downloads into current month and previous month, and that should make everything populate for you. Again, just to go back, you can edit this percentage that you want in discretionary orders. You can do it on your outside leg and your primary leg. Sometimes one leg grows bigger than another. You can edit that percent of points from VIPs. You can edit this decline rate. On these daily point goals, this right here is an editable number. You're going to change it to what you want it to be. If you don't enter anything, it's going to be set at 0. and this is going to look wonky. So if you get over here and you're like, I don't know why this did not work for me, it's because you don't have a goal in place. So see, it's going to tell you negative 87 by the 27th. Hopefully that never happens to you. So that's going to look weird just because you don't have a goal put in. So kind of look around. If something doesn't seem right up here too, there's a goal right here. So if I don't put a goal in this one, let's see what that's going to change for me. It's basically just going to change this points needed for goal. It's going to give it a second. It'll update to a negative number. So that's what that goal, negative 1103. So that's not what we want either. So make sure you enter in your goals onto each of the sections. And those are the only things that you should actually be changing the numbers on. Everything else is automatic. And try not to mess with the formulas. Worst case scenario, you have a link whenever you do this. If you mess up a formula, don't fret. Close it out, don't save it, download the new link and start fresh. So you'll have it all over again. So I hope you love this tool. I am constantly updating it to try to give you the best experience possible. So if for some reason you get this and you have critique or feedback that you want to give me to help improve it, please do, because I'm constantly making changes to it. I really want this to be an effective tool for you to be able to use to your business. So thank you.